Looks like JT Hodges is going to be first. Here's comments from Josh.
What a way to bring in our Berkshires, and I'll lead off with thanking the TPPA group for having me here to come sort, and it's truly just an honor to be able to step in this ring with my contemporaries and be able to sort the stock that they've made and work with these young people throughout the day today and tomorrow, and I know Cody and I look forward to it. In our first class of Berkshires, I think there's two that look really, really good to me, and they hit Cody and I hard there in the back. The one that we ended up winning, I mean, first impression, this thing is bold and stout when she comes out of the gate. So fresh in terms of the top side of her skeleton and her underline. So fresh up high. She handles it extremely good. When we compare the two, I think it's just driving right at you. I prefer the squareness and just the shape of her blade when she comes right at you, and I think that's the point there. The one in second, this is the Power Hog. I mean, this one is big out of the back side of her blade, and she's certainly big-ended. The longer the drive goes, though, she wants to get a little steeper out of her hip and sit under herself. I wish I could change her just at the top side and the crest of her neck and make all those things blend smoother together, but that is one stout noggin, big forearm gilt that brings a lot of power, sustains the drive very well. The one in third here probably doesn't fit this group in terms of just size, but that aside, when you break her down and break down her proportions, everything matches so well in terms of the way that she puts herself together from the profile. She's got a big, dense rear leg and uses it very, very good. But again, in this class, maybe just fits outside in terms of pairing up with anything in terms of size. And then when you get comparative, maybe just a little more jammed up on either end, but still a good hog to be there in the third. The one coming out here in fourth, big picture, big outline. I love so many things about this gilt. She runs uphill, tall at her shoulder, got a stout noggin and motors very well. When you get on the top side of her skeleton, she gets a little bit drier when she comes out of the back side of her blade. She doesn't have that turn and shape that I'm looking for there in her forerib, but a very, very nice hog to be there in fourth as well. The hog coming out here in fifth, again, the one that fits that was in third, maybe just doesn't fit in terms of size and where they're at and where things broke, but a hog that need to work up just because of her flexibility. You read the angles of her skeleton and everything's just bends and flexes so good. She's fresh backed and just quality good livestock. I think that will need to work up. The one coming out next, again, follows in suit in terms of just being a power hog. This thing is big up high, big in her blade, and big-ended. Just as she leaves the ring, you can tell there we need to change her. The way that she handles her rear wheels with all that power. But again, a very, very good class, a good pair to start with. As these other kids exit the ring, let's give them a big round of applause.
Got the second class rolling here. Braden Forts is coming out with his first one here. I'm not sure how many he's got pinned here. Looks like about 13 or so, about the same as we had in that last class. Young lady in the green here gets a pin back. We get it'll be JC Lane from Stephenville. Top it off. Raised by Reeves Livestock. Little Mabry there coming out in the pink shirt across the ring. It'll be a top it off jet black from Lackey. Girl in the black on the far side will be Ellen Rivera from De Leon. We top it off about time from JDF Farms. Looks like Mabry caught a pin back. The kind of pink shirt over there on the right, it's going to be Kenley Wilson from Gaines County. 4-H with a Top It Off About Time from JDF Farms. Taylon Tosh from Gillespie County 4-H. Also with a Top It Off comes out there in the light green shirt.
Sorry, Foot. Had to step away there for a second. How many it looks like we got, 12 of them pinned back over here? Sort through the top end of our Class 2 of 3 Berkshire classes here this morning. Little man just came out there, 631. That's going to be Brody Atterbury.
Now we'll get them to move them numbers to the front of them, just so we can see them from here.
That would be nice when the dummies come out with them on their chest.
Yeah.
Young lady there, I think, is catching a pin. The blue, I think, 870 is going to be her number.
Be Racy Pinkston from Brownwood FFA. Top shelf, raised by Evan Showpig.
I think he pointed to another one there to catch a pin, but I'm not sure which one he pointed to. Looked like your young lady in the green, 1211.
Tosh.
Okay.
Be that one.
So we got one more to get out of the pins over here. We got 4 pin back. Young lady in the white here, 1135, is going to go ahead and catch a pin.
Be Whitney Hefton.
Burke Burnett. Gilt's a special effect from Exceed Genetics.
A little slower on the trigger here, getting his pins filled back up in this class. I'm not sure if that's a lack of quality deal or maybe it's just a tougher deal, finding a way to sort them out.
Yep. Young lady in the black, number 92, is going to catch a pin there as well. See if we can find her here on our list. There she is, Stony Flynn, Moody FFA, be a top shelf jet black, bred by MJ Livestock. I believe we had one of them in the last class as well that may be driven by a brother or something like that. Name looked familiar. Like we got 9 of them left out here, vying to catch our last 4 pins here in the middleweight Berkshires. Looks like Brody Atterbury there is going to catch pin 7. I think he placed that one, so it looks like we're going to pull out our top 6. Brody's Gilt there, 631. It's going to be an Otter's Pocket About Time, bred by Byers Farms. Ooh, I did not catch that one going in pin 8. Did you, Foot?
I did not.
Six 604 here is going to catch pin 9.
Braden Forks.
Be a bad negotiator, bred by MT Hart Livestock. And not sure who ended up in pin 10. I don't know if we got a 10th place. Hopefully we did. Oh, yeah, we did. 12-24. J.C. Washington, Gaines County 4-H. Top it off, circle back, bred by JDF Farms. Looks like Josh brought Cody over. I think maybe going to have a little extra heat in this class. He wanted him to come take a look as we get to the top end of this one. So I think we're going to drop back out the top 6. First one there is back tag number 3. It'll be J.C. Lane, Stephenville FFA. That gilt is a top it off, brace yourself, bred by Reeves Livestock. Next one out is Landry Mabry. I know that gilt's bred by Lackey. I'm not sure what she is.
Over the top jet black.
Over the top jet black. That gilt would have been the 3rd overall Berkshire gilt at San Antonio there just a couple days ago. Young lady in the blue coming out there, coming out of pin 3. I know we caught her earlier, but I don't remember what she was. Next to catch a back tag number on here in just a second. That's going to be tag 870. The young lady in the blue.
Racy Pinkston. Brownwood again, top shelf just for men, raised by Evans. Taylon Tosh came out there, the other young lady in the green shirt. We caught her before, top it off from Reeves.
Excuse me, Stony Flynn. Stony Flynn, top shelf jet black, bred by MJ Livestock. Nice class of middleweight Berkshires. Got a few different types out here in the top end, but very, very neat looking class. Looks like Josh and Cody did a little conversing. Cody's going to head back, start sifting our next class. 11:35 is going to hit 6.
That'd be that Whitney Hefton. Burt Burnett. Taylon Tosh will be 5th.
You said that one was a Reeves and Smythe deal. Is that what you said earlier?
Yes.
Number 870, young lady in the blue there is going to go into 4.
Be Racy Pinkston, Brownwood, the top shelf from Evans.
Down to our top 3 here. Looks like Mr. Mabry's going to be first. Stoney's going to be third, and the young lady in the blue was second. Or green was second.
Berkshires, and I made the commitment there, and I told Riley that I was going to bring Cody over here quite a bit more than maybe some people have in the past. Just that guy, respect his ability and think he's as talented as any, and it's a great guy to lean on and just bounce things off of. The young man here in the pink, I think she won when she hit the ring to get it out of the way. She gets a little bit lax in her top line, and the longer the drive goes, but I think that goes along with her flexibility. That thing is just built to last, built to go. Every angle is right. She's so comfortable. You watch her come and go. She's big, she's bold, she's fresh. Her proportions are right. Has a great up-headed look. Everything just matches. I really like that Gilt. The one here in second, I will say I wish we could darken her up and just freshen her up in her skin and hair. And I think once we get past that and you start breaking her down, her quality comes up. This is a stout noggin one that, again, follows suit with our class winner, especially when we get comparative to the ones working down the line. Her flexibility is what works her up. This thing is truly genuine from the top of her skeleton to the surface. A very nice one to be there in second. The young lady coming out here in third, in terms of presentation and the way that she fits, my hat's off to her because this thing is maxed out. She's dark, skin and hair. I commend this young lady for it. Compositionally, though, we need to change her. She gets a little bit thicker there from the top of her crest to the base of her neck, and then just in her bottom line as well. If we could trim her up just a little bit, I think it allows her to balance just that much more. But again, an animal, when you get on the top side of their skeleton, there from blade to hip, big and stout-ended, and with all that power, handles it extremely well. Young lady does a great job. The one here that comes out in fourth, I just wish I could stouten her up in her ankle and her lower joints and her rear leg to match that power that she has sitting on those legs, because I think if we do that, if we work her up, she too, again, just to follow correct and sound leg. It's just when we start to break her down there from her hip loin back, she gets a little shorter and quicker there in her hip design, a little bit rounder there in her muscle shape, but I still think one that need to work out for her stoutness and what she has there in the front two-thirds of her body. One that comes out here next, I think we needed to talk about, and we placed her sixth. I need to change leg and give her more comfort there, more flex as she hits the surface, but aside from that, I think the one that still follows suit in terms of what we're doing, up-headed, has a good look, some presence to her. She's bold when you get on the top side of her body, square coming and going. Just need to change her rear leg. As these other hogs come out, they're 7th through 10th. We need to change in a place or two. But these
Congratulations to our exhibitors in Class 2.
Heavyweight Berkshire class. Got one that's going to catch a pin back here. Young man in the pinks going back in there. See if we can catch his back tag as he rounds the corner. Looks like number 338.
Armando
Shavarnia, Floyd A to FFA, just a bit outside. Scouts on her, bred by Winnex.
Berkshire show's been real good so far.
Yeah, quality's been real good. You know, Berkshire deal's always been interesting to me, and kind of seems like it comes in waves. But from what we've seen to this point, Texas Majors this year looks like the Berkshire deal could definitely be a fun one this year. Looks like we've got several in pins back here. We've got 5 in the ring, 1 caught back, and looks like we got the rest of our pins full over here still to bring back out. So
we got a little behind on getting back tag numbers, and now it's kind of a runaway train in this class.
Yeah, we're gonna have to catch them as they catch a pin, because otherwise it's gonna be a challenge. But I think what we've got that's come out here so far looks like it's going to be an interesting class. Young man in the purple looks like he's caught him a pin. Going to go into pin 2. See if I can catch him as he rounds the corner here. 1081 maybe? Yeah, 1081.
Be Cade Barber from Medina County, top shelf, raised by Mason Schultz.
Looks like combination of top shelf and top it off is going to catch a lot of them today from what we've read so far.
So far, for sure.
Pair of boars there that sit at Laird's Premium Blend Genetics up in Indiana, and a pair of boars that obviously have done very well. It's just top it off first season, top shelf would actually be his daddy, and that boar's been around here for a couple seasons and done a nice job. Josh studying the young lady in the black with the pink shirt here as well. Putting around the corner. She's going to go ahead and catch a pin. She's not going to catch a gear. Doesn't seem like she's a little bit of slow motion, but neat looking gilt there. It's going to fall into pin 3. 564 maybe? Yeah, 564 is going to be her tag number.
Tatum Braden.
Glasscock County 4-H special effect About Time, bred by M&S Livestock. Old McKillop inside over there.
Big girls out here in the heavyweights making a little more noise. They get bigger, they're not quite as big a fan of driving.
Ready to go home and live their life in the sow pen and not have to be a show pig no more.
Young man in the pink grabs him a pin there.
829. 829.
Congratulations, Cassidy, finally getting one in the pen.
He's not online watching though. I know that he came up here to grab a pedigree on one earlier, so he's in the stands somewhere. He doesn't get to hear us give him a hard time.
It'll get back to him. It'll be fun.
Pin 5 there is going to be 841 is going to catch that pin. Right down here. Braxton Works, pretty FFA. Top it off, let them watch. Bred by Reeves and Smythe. Working to catch our last 5 here.
Laramie Doyle from Hayes County, his special effect, out of character, raised by Doyle Showcase.
Home raised one there, looks like. We'll discuss with Cody a little bit here, and I'm assuming probably going to play 7 through 10 and bring our top 6 back out if I was betting. Nope, never mind. We're going to go and throw another one in the pen. Tag 437.
Gentry Lock.
Roberts County 4-H. Just a bit outside. About time, bred by Wintex. Got 5 of them in a row there on the sheet for Wintex, and just trying to figure out which one it was. Looks like tag number 1311 is going to be pin number 8.
530 to pin 9.
Oh, here it is. Adler Goring, Burnett FFA, just a bit outside. Wild Thing, bred by Wintex.
9th place will be 530, be Kelly Cook from Floyd County 4-H. Be just about outside of Wild Thing, again from Wintex. Wintex running them with numbers in this class.
Little guy in the green here that does not have a back tag number. It does not appear. He's going to catch pin number 10, so sorry we can't give you any info on him. Got some other kiddos fixing to head out. Very, very tough, competitive class here. Got 5 of them. They're going to head back, go ahead and catch their pins. It looks like we're going to sort back through our top 7 here in the heavyweight Berkshires. as we sort back through our top 7 here, they're going to go ahead and start working those class winners, seconds, thirds, whatever from those previous classes. Will actually show for sale order here at the conclusion of the heavyweight Berkshire Drive and place, I don't know, probably 7 to 10, somewhere down in there is typically what we have in our Berkshire lineup. We'll have the judge select those as we go through here, but we're going to let out our top 7. Get the top end of this particular class in line and kind of see how things look. Not sure what we got going on here as of the moment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looks like maybe we're putting one back in a pin to hold up here for later, maybe.
I don't know if we had that one escaped or if you'd already let him out and repinned him or what happened there.
I think you let him out and then went ahead and thrown him back in. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw another one back in a pin here. Young man in the pink. Going to go back in a pin as we redo our top end here. 329's the one catching a pin back.
$8.29 maybe. Or maybe not.
Yeah, I think you said that earlier. Yeah, I remember you saying that name earlier. Leo Henke. Topping off, bred by HF Genetics. Gentry Locke's the one that just came out of pin 7 there. She's going to go ahead and catch back here as well. Going to go ahead and come out of 8 here as well to join the mix. Do a little reshuffling here on the top end. Go ahead and stick that one back in 8. That's going to be 13-11. Adler Goring, Burnett FFA. Just a bit outside Wild Thing, bred by Wintex Farms. Young man here is going to go into 7. I can't quite get his number. It's all folded up. Kind of hard to see.
Something 1.
461 is going to go into pin number 6.
It's going to be Laramie Doyle from Hayes County, special effect out of character, home raised one.
It appears we got our top 4 out here. We're going to sort back through. 1081 is going to be one of those. Young man in the purple. Gentry Lock be 437 there. Be our only young lady out here in the mix. Then we got 829 and 338. $8.29's Leo Henke. Talked about that Wintex Gilt there earlier, if I remember right. Or no, that was the HF Genetics Gilt. 338 Armando Chavaria. Floyd Data FFA. Just a bit outside Scout's Honor, bred by Wintex. Looks like 1081 is going to go into pin 4. Cade Barber. Medina County 4-H Top Shelf, bred by Mason Schultz. Top 3, looks like we got a HF Genetics Gilt and a pair of Wintex Gilts here in the top end. Here's Josh with his comments.
Nice class to end up our Berkshire show here, and we'll bring the class winners out. I will say the one that wins, she wins handily in our opinion. I will say I wish she had a haircut. Freshen her up there ahead of her blades and her underline and from behind, and I think that one becomes even easier to use. But that aside, I mean, this one that is stout at the ground, big in terms of her foot spread and her toes there. You get on the top side of her skeleton, so dimensional. Then you get off from the side, and she's a big gilt that maintains it so well. She's tall there at the point of her shoulder and has so much presence, and then just handles it so well. She ring. The decision for us, I guess, was in 2 and 3, but when you get right on the top side of these animals and watch them come and go, it becomes easy. The young man here, Gilt, you get on the top side of her. She is so big as she comes out the back side of her blade. She has a truer, more dimensional turn there in her forerib, and then she's the hog that has more power, but still has more flex and uses her rear leg with more authority. We like that one a great deal as well. The one here in third, from a silhouette standpoint, she needed to work up. There's a lot of quality in that animal, and the young lady does a good job getting her gilt drove. When you break them down, she gets a little frailer and smaller there at her ankle and from behind. Just wish we could stouten her up to make everything match just a little bit. Then, like I said, she just doesn't match in terms of power when you get on the top side of their skeleton, but one that needs to be commended, and the quality had to work up because she's got a great outline. She handles it extremely well. The hog coming out here in fourth, I didn't know what to do with her and let her drove a little bit longer. Compositionally or just maturity-wise, she's the one that doesn't fit, and maybe a bad break or whatever it might be. But this one had to work up, and I expect to be in the sale because that one's proportions from the side are so good. Her look up front is second to none in this class, and still when we get comparative in this drive, just not as stout everywhere, not as dimensional or pulled apart as the ones above her, but a hog that needed work up and be in contention there for a sell slot. The ones coming out here in 5, 6, and 7, high quality animals that we just have to change a place or two from a structure standpoint. This hog here, I wish she got her hawk out behind her just a little bit further and maybe just change her look up front. She's wanting to get a little more mature, deeper from the top of her pole to the base of her neck. One coming out in here, maturity's probably not in her favor. Wanting to get a little soggy there and softer in the bottom third of her body. I think if she was trimmer there, she'd probably handle herself really well, but one that covers the basics in terms of just being sound and flexible, having some power. Again, as these kids egg back, let's give them all a nice round of applause, and we'll bring our class winners out for champion.
Okay, final call. If you were 3rd through 5th in class 1 or 2, I need you in the holding area.
Looks like we're getting ready for the Champion Berkshire Drive here. It's going to be real interesting to see how this shakes out. 3 really good classes here, a lot of depth, a lot of quality on the top end too. I'm interested anyway to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, I think it's been a very good Berkshire show. Quality's looked very good, and got some different types and kinds. Here, we're going to get the pins loaded, be able to sort back through and keep things rolling here pretty good as we select for sale order as we go through our Berkshires here. Coming out of the first class there, we have J.T. Hodges. But if you can kind of keep me organized here, we'll talk pedigrees as we can as we go through their JT's. Gilt's a Top It Off Scouts Honor, bred by Wintex Farms. Landry Mabry is our winner of our Class 2 Over the Top Jet Black, bred by Lackey Livestock. And Armando Chavaria, Floydada FFA, just a bit outside Scouts Honor, bred by Wintex. Three Berkshire Gilts that represent their class and their maturity pattern very, very good. I think we got some differences amongst them, but I think it's a very, very neat set of 3 that's got some diversity to it.
Yeah, it does. And just sitting here watching it, that's what I was thinking. And as far as, when the sale comes around and that kind of deal, just in my mind going on thinking of the different kinds you could make with these out there and what you could do with them is kind of interesting to me. The pieces and parts that they do have and what they could do for not only this breed but show pigs in general, just making them better.
Here's Josh with his comments to select your champion Berkshire.
We bring our class winners out here to choose our champion Berkshire with me. Let's give these three young men a round of applause to get into this point. If you know me or know what I like or what you think I like, I think this pair will dictate how we're going to go the rest of the day. You got to start hogs that are comfortable and right in terms of their skeleton. I love them to be loose. I love them to hit the ground square. I love them to just be comfortable about the move. I think there's one in here that does it better than the other two. The young man here in the middle will be champion.
Your champion Berkshire is the exhibitor out of Class 2. Class winner and champion Berkshire exhibited by Landry Mabry from Crawford FFA. Landry receives a buckle sponsored by Campbell Farms. We now bring in second from that class to show for reserve champion Berkshire. Second was exhibited by J.C. Lane of Stephenville FFA.
As we come out here for reserve, I know that the second place comes in here, and we talked about her just being fresh and dimensional and square. Again, a very, very high-quality animal. But I'm in on first impressions. Sometimes the ring gods don't help you in terms of how your animal is acting. But for us, without doubt, the second best is the young man here fighting his Gilt on the side. Let's give him a round.
Reserve champion Berkshire comes out of Class 1, that Gilt exhibited by James T. Hodges from Lubbock County 4-H. James receives a buckle sponsored by E6 Show Pigs, so thank you for that sponsorship.
Yeah, as we go here, trying to keep up. Third out, it's going to be 2:14. The young man that just went out. Colt Longren, Orangefield FFA, Top It Off Family Jewels, bred by Canacey Show Pigs, your third overall Berkshire. Fourth overall was the one that was the winner of the heaviest class there. Find my sheet here. Armando Chavaria, that was that Wintex bred Gilt, just a bit outside Scout's Honor. We're now showing for fifth overall Berkshire Gilt. Young lady that came out of that first class, that was second. Right here. Or no. She was third in that class, that's right.
Aubrey Bowman.
Aubrey Bowman, that's right.
Top It Off, Bad Negotiator from MT Hart. Was that fifth?
What?
Was that fifth overall?
That was fifth overall, yes. Now showing for sixth. As we go through, we got guys along the side. They're working with the judges, Mr. Kyle Stevens, Doug Schaefer, Doug Alderson, working with the judges to figure out how many we're going to have. Our second place out of that last class is going to come next with sixth overall. That one would have been Leo Hinkie. That's that HF Genetics bred Gilt that would have been sired by Top It Off. Young lady in the green, that's second in the middle class, tag number 3. J.C. Lane, Stephenville FFA. Top it off, Brace Yourself, bred by Reeves Livestock. It's going to be your 6th overall Berkshire. Gentry Lock's going to be your 7th overall. Be another Wintex bred Gilt. Going to be at about just a bit outside About Time.